This micro-internship was an opportunity for putting what we've learned into the real world by delving into projects that demanded adaptability and communication skills. Next page, please. Now, let's delve into the project that each of us got to tackle. Now, the team behind all of this is Philippe, myself, Fardeen, Victoria, Adam, Shema, and Luch. Though Victoria and Luch won't be presenting, and I'll pass it on to Philippe.
All right, so let's start with what I was supposed to do. So basically, we worked for math courses, and our job was to do a screening of a documentary for math courses. And one of the documentaries they had was about the Budapest Bike Mafia, a non-profit organization in Budapest, Hungary, which provides food for the homeless in the city by going with bikes around the city and handing out sandwiches. And the documentary specifically focused on a group of teenagers who in a single day gave out 200 sandwiches. Now, during the screening, I shared this with my friends, and what were their takeaways and my takeaways? My takeaways were that I felt that they were acting on a very noble cause. Very many teenagers nowadays would not do such a thing, going out of their way to volunteer, to give homeless people something to eat that day. I think it's very noble. I also think it was very impressive what they were able to achieve. Giving out 200 sandwiches in a single day is not an easy feat. And I also thought that the video itself was pretty well edited. What did my friends think? They thought it was very nice that they were giving back to the community, giving back to the homeless to let them eat that day. They also agreed with me that the editing was top tier. They thought it was very informative. They learned a lot by watching the video. However, as a piece of constructive criticism, they think it could have included a bit more context because in the beginning, they felt a bit confused as to what was going on. And now I'll throw it back to Fardeen.
All right, and I got to explore the Dolmaling soup kitchen. Next slide. Now, what I know about the Dolmaling soup kitchen is that it doesn't just serve meals, and it's like a superhero for your stomach and your soul by swooping in to deliver nutritious food to those who need it the most. And then it's not just about the food. When we kind of look at it in the educational foundation, it's more about the knowledge that it imparts by bringing about the essential teachings on self-realization, personal growth, and enlightenment. And then lastly, by supporting small-scale farming, it keeps people engaged, productive, and empowered. And I got to show this to my guardians who would say that does need to be a source on psychologists, counselors, and social aid workers who can achieve the calmness of the body and mind through their talks. And then when it comes to the job promotion, the small-scale farming is an alternative to enable those people to live through their means and resources generated by their own skill set, which in turn gives the education that is required for them not to really depend on others for wages through employment. And then when it comes to my perspective, it kind of evokes the empathy in people who will respond to support regardless of their profession or vocation. And then when it comes to the simplicity aspect of it, it makes me wonder about the pale blue dot theory and how everything on this planet is intertwined. And then last but not least, the parents needing a helping hand because they're busy with work and with no time to cook or spend with their young children. They can send their children to eat or get babysat over there, which in turn makes it easier for them. Now, without further ado, I'll pass it on to Adam.
Thank you, Fardeen. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adam, and I want to share a quick story from my micro-internship at School of Humanity. I worked on a short film called Light of Hope, a short film which was created by the Year 10 students at Stepping Stones in the Philippines. And it follows a boy named Mark de Leon living in a tough community and showing how small moments and kindness keep him going. What touched me most was how powerful stories can be. And when we listen, we learn that everyone carries something. That's what this project taught me. Next slide, please, Philippe. The interviewees talked about resilience, community, and how hope shows up in everyday life. And honestly, that's the kind of storytelling we need more of. Youth-led, honest, and full of heart. Thanks for listening, and I hope you find your own light of hope wherever you are. I'll now pass it on to Shema.
Thanks, Adam. The documentary that I chose is called Beyond Limitations, and this short film talks about the difficulties of living with a disability and shows the life of someone who does struggle with one. This short film follows a young woman who has tetraamelia syndrome. And it shows her everyday life and talks about how although she struggles and is unable to do some things on her own, she still stands strong and triumphant. This documentary also shows that people are more than just at disabilities and they are no less than anyone else. Next slide, please. After watching this documentary, I found that I really admire people like this. They are very strong-willed. They are persevering and very strong-willed. But I also feel, although they are strong, they still need support from the community just like anyone else. I also showed this documentary to a few of my friends, and their takeaways were very similar to mine. One of my friends have also said that they completely agree with my takeaways, and they noted that the community, society, and government can do more to provide for people with disabilities without making them feel small or inferior. I'll throw it back to Adam for the conclusion.
And for the conclusion. And together, all our stories show one thing. Hope isn't abstract. It's built through action, whether it's supporting a girl with a disability, cooking for families who can't be there, giving food to the homeless, or sharing the story of a young boy finding light in hardship. Each project proves that small acts create real change. So thank you for listening, and we hope you carry these lessons forward.